Now then, what a glorious day it is. It's one of those days that you should be out doing an adventure, really. I say should. You could be out doing an adventure, but I have chosen today to bash on with my van because I do need a nice dry day for doing this also. Because I am going to be doing the carpeting. So I've got my big roller carpet here, which I'm going to cut into the sections I need. And we're going to, whoa, we're going to stick it on with a load of the contact adhesive, a couple of decent tools for cutting with, and maybe a tape measure just for measuring out. And that's it. It's just a case of getting stuck in and start laying it out and putting it in the places that I need it. Mainly the two wheel arches, but I'm also going to do this full sort of back door pillar section around here. And then that just opens it up for me to put on the side panels, the floor and the ceiling panel as well. So it's a nice stage to be at because now I'm first fixed with all the wiring, things start going back in and it starts making it feel more like what it's meant to feel, and that's my little camper van. So let's bash on. Just going to use a couple of magnets to hold it in place, because we do not want to be making mistakes with the cut. Make a little slit in there. That's a bit awkward. I've got my piece of carpet cut ready to go on this wheel arch, and as always, preparation is key. So this is super smooth, so I'm hoping it just makes it a lot easier for me to apply this carpet to it. First job though, we need to spray some of this contact adhesive on this, and then we're going to spray some on the back of this. And these carpets generally have a really nice face side and a back, so when I'm doing it I need to make sure that I do it right. So give this a bit more of a shake. Got a piece of cardboard just to catch anything that's going to sort of fly off, but we're going to give it a bit of a spray over. Right then, let's see what we can do. I've given it a few minutes just to dry slightly. I'm going to start on this bottom, through the centre, pull it that way, then pull it back on that way. Let's just get it lined up. There we go then, looking rather swish. It went on really well, and the only thing you need for it is a bit of manipulation and some patience, and it goes on a treat. I've left a bit of an upstand here which is about 1 inch and a bit, and then I've just lapped it onto the floor as well because the floor finish is obviously going to cover that bit up there. And then here, because we're going to have a side panel which is going to sort of slot down and sit perfectly onto there, it's going to be a really nice neat finish. Carpet on here and carpet on there, so that is the plan with that. There's a couple of snots on it just from the glue, because when you're spraying it out it's like a drunk Spider-Man, just like spraying it all over the place. But a bit of white spirit will sort that out, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. At this end I've just extended this piece of carpet up this door jamb, and the reason for that is because at this point here you can see it just sort of sticks out a little bit. So if I just let's get a piece of cardboard. This is pretty much going to be my side panel, and there's this section here, as you can see, is going to be on show. So I've carpeted it, so when this is carpeted against the carpet there. Hopefully it's going to look quite tidy. So I took the rubber off. This has then allowed me to carpet up to that point, and then this rubber is going to go back on and make an absolutely perfectly neat job all the way down there. I've lapped it down here because if you can see, we've got a little hole there. I think there's another one somewhere which I've hidden up, but this then clips in. So we'll pop that in there, press that down, and as you can see, it's a perfectly neat finish all the way around there. And then obviously the floor is going to sit under that. So pretty much bob on. Well happy with that. On to the next side then, which is over there. Oh, that's way better. Nice new one. Steady away. Just pull these sections out. Stretch it down. Oof, might be quite tight this one. Might not have cut enough off. Whoa, don't miss. Do feel like Spider-Man though, it's pretty cool. Before I carpet these pillars, I've got something I need to address, and that is all the holes that are in it. I was thinking about putting a bit of tape over the holes, but when you've got holes that are pretty big like this, a bit of tape on there with the carpet over the top, it's not going to take much just to actually indent that. So I want to put something a little bit more solid over there. So I have come up with a cunning plan. So I've also got a few more different holes which I've already put a couple of rivet nuts in, because why not? It just future proofs it for me to actually have more fixing points to add more things to the van, just in case I feel I need to at a later date. But if you look here, if you can see, I've got these little eyelets, and those are absolutely fantastic. It's just a little M6 eyelet there which will screw in to my rivet nut, and then that allows me a fixing point, which if I put one on the other side there, then I can just have a nice washing line across here, and obviously I'm going to do one at a lower point there. Why not? Just might as well use them, that's all. So my plan is to use a tin can, well actually aluminium can. So what I've done is I've just cut some sections out, and I'm going to place these over the top of these holes and then just tape them down. And the fact that they are super thin just means that when you carpet over it, you're not actually going to see any of these edges. So I'm going to get some more of these made. We're going to stick them over the holes everywhere, and then we can start doing some carpeting. Where there's a problem, there's a solution. Don't judge me on that, it's definitely not to do with me. Just an old can I found in my fridge. It's probably been there absolutely years. Right, I think I'm ready to bang some carpet on. If you can see up here, I've actually just taken this off and I've marked with a pen where I need to actually carpet to, because I want that trim just to sort of cover it. But these things work an absolute treat. Just look at this. Rock solid, covering big holes up. So very happy with those. So now it's just a case of cutting a piece of carpet and getting some glue out again and banging that on. Oh, actually, first job, I need to actually take this trim off. I'll pull this off because the carpet's going to just sit under here and this is going to lap just onto it and it'll just hide the edge and make it look a lot neater. So let's pull that off. Looks like it might need a wipe as well. Clean it up just so it'll stick a bit better. These bottom two holes here are completely useless as they are and they're just going to get carpeted over. So I might as well bang a rivet nut in and it still keeps it as a hole, but at least it's a hole that I can use in the future. So I'm going to drill these out just slightly bigger. That's a 9mm drill bit and this is for an M6 rivet nut and that just fits in there perfectly. So I'll get my rivet magic gun thing. I don't even know what this is called. Does a good job though. Screw that on there. Bang it into the hole. And then let's give it a tug. Simple as that, but that just makes something that is nothing into something that is usable, and that is fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to use it for though. I'm sure I'll come up with something. Quick wipe around this seal and then we're going to carpet it. I've cut a piece ready to go then, and I think what I'm going to do is find the centre of this and then start in this top section and then just work my way all the way down and finish it as I'm going. So back to spraying on some of this spunky stuff. Yeah.
You'll have to come and have a look.
There we go, that is beautiful. Well happy with that. Just got a little bit of glue excess here and there which I'll need to wipe off at some point, but apart from that, pretty much bob on. Anyway, I've got to go help the old man with a lawnmower apparently, so I'll see you in a bit. I'm back after sorting the lawnmower out, green fingers and all that. So I'm just going to bob this trim back on and then put the seal all the way on again. I think I might need to give it a bit of a clean first. But first, let's just clip this in. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go, that looks nice and neat. I'm well happy with that. So next job, this seal, which like a big long snake, I might just give it a wipe and then pop it back on all the way around. These beads have got like a metal sort of C-shaped section, and all I'm doing is just crushing it a little bit slimmer like that and then putting it on just so it's a nice and tight fit. So when you take them off, I think it just loosens up. That is looking neat, is that? That is beautiful. Well happy with that. Right, on each side I've got 4 of these little eyelets that I need to put in now. So with a knife, just have a feel where the hole is. Just going to put a tiny little cut. And then hopefully the carpet will just part enough for me to get it into that thread. There we go. Yes. Tighten that up. And there we go, we have got an attachment point. So I'm going to do all these up this side and the other side, and then we'll see what we can find to attach to it. What I might do is just to neaten it up, I mean it's tidy like that, but just to protect the carpet a little bit, I might just put a little bit of a washer on, and then as I tighten it up it's going to hold the carpet flat. But that is awesome. I've got something really cool that is going to attach to that as well, so I'll dig that out and show you in a second. Yes. So to attach to a tiny little eye bolt like that, I found a tiny little carabiner like that. So this will just clip on there nicely. Spot on that, innit? So I'll just take that off, and all I've done is quickly, just to show you guys, I've put some shock cord in between. I've made it slightly less size than this because obviously it'll stretch. But if we just clip this on at one side and the other side, and there we go, we have got a washing line. So I've got a tea towel here, which is the one I've been wiping up with. Look at that, I can dry stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Well happy with that. So I might just change this out for some paracord maybe, and just put a little bit of elasticity into it, and then it will stay a bit more rigid rather than being like this. But as it is, it works as a washing line, and now I can dry my Speedos, dry the dog, I can dry my running stuff, and when I don't need it, I can unclip it, pop it in the other side, it's out of the way. There we go. Awesome, it's been a good day. These two side panels start right at that back pillar there, and they come all the way through to about this point here, and they do wrap the way down there. So really this bit is going to be exposed. So what I have done is, as you can see, I've done my magic trick with the cans, and I've put a piece of aluminium can there, a little bit over that one, and 2 pieces over there, because obviously when you're climbing in and out of the van, potentially you might be grabbing hold of this and you might end up putting your finger through the carpet. So hopefully it will just help keep it a bit more rigid. Magnets, definitely my best tip for this. Pin stuff up out of the way and then you can bash on and do the rest of it. Lost me glue. Like on the back doors, there's a couple of holes in the vehicle which I'm going to utilise, and I put some nut rivets in already, so again I can shove some of these little eyelets in and that just gives me another fixing point. So wherever they are in here, you should be able to just feel them somewhere. I've got one here, there we go. So all I'm going to do with a knife, just stab the hole basically right in the centre, little wiggle, and then we're just going to pop this into the thread. It doesn't take much effort. There we go, we're in. So I've got the other one to do at this side here as well, but that is going to allow me now to put up again some sort of bungee thing. So if I just clip that in there and pop it over here, then again we have got some sort of washing line, and there's going to be two here. What I could actually do in this space is put some sort of cargo net up, which will just give me a lovely little bit of storage, just to shove a little bit more stuff in, like jackets and odds and ends that are soft and just need to be out of the way. Above each door as well, we have got an M8 nut, which is actually factory fit and welded to the car, so that's going to be fairly strong. So my plan with that was to actually get an M8 lifting bolt, bang it into each of these, and then that will allow me to have something here which can take a little bit more weight. One plan was to maybe have some sort of like seat here which was hanging, so like a hammock seat, which would be pretty cool, but I don't know whether there'll be enough space for that. I could possibly use it to put some thicker strapping across to maybe have the handlebars of my bike to attach to, just to keep my bike nice and solid. Or what else? I could use it maybe as, again, if I've got a nice strap across here, I could then use it to put a surfboard over the top, although I don't have a surfboard anymore, but I do have a bodyboard. So anyway, it's just allowing me to have more ways of using this vehicle, and that's what it's all about. Multi-purpose. Hey up, Future Al here, sat in the back of the van against a fully finished rear side panel. I've also finished the floor and the ceiling, which is pretty special. I would love to show you how I've done it all, but I'm going to save that for another video. Keep the intrigue and all that. But yeah, well happy with the progress after this video that you are currently watching. And on the back doors, again, I would love to show you what I've done there, because that is... it's pretty cool, it is. So anyway, keep that for another day, so keep watching. Give this video a big fat thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.